Good afternoon, YouTube. What's going on? It's your boy New Jersey's Finest, and this is a quick video I'm doing on the stuff I use to clean my firearm. And if you haven't heard about it already, or if you're not familiar with it, it's called FrogLube. Basically, it's a plant-based CLP, which basically means the stuff is digestible, but you use it for your firearms. When you clean it, you use it, and you leave it on. I'll show you the steps that I use, and this is the first time I probably did a cleaning on my gun, which I really haven't used in about 5 years. And the idea of the stuff is once you coat your weapon with it, you dry it, let it air dry, or use a blow dry like I do to heat up the gun when you're putting it on. First thing I do is I remove the solvent. They have a spray that you can get in the pack. I think I have it over here. I'll show you. This stuff right here will actually take the lubricant that comes with your gun, which in my opinion, from what I've seen on firearms, it really isn't that good. The lubrication they do on the gun, this stuff will strip it bone dry. It doesn't take a lot. I mean, bone dry. My gun was dry, like could have been ashy dry when I used this stuff. And then I applied mainly the paste. This one you can use just as well. It's kind of on my hands because I think it leaked a little in my bag, but it smells like kind of minty. Doesn't have a gross smell at all, but paste is what I usually use. And like I said, I bought this probably 5, maybe 6 or so years ago, and I still have a lot because you don't need a lot on your weapons. So back to what I was saying, you use the solvent to take the lubricant off, then you use either of the two. I like using this. What I do is I heat up my gun with the blow dryer, which I want to show you. I've already done it to a couple of the parts, and you let it dry. Then what you could do is you could take another coat, put it on it, but don't overdo it because you don't want it to get onto some of the stuff and clunk it up, and then your fire will discharge. It won't, fire when you're at the range or what have you. Once it's dry and you wipe it down, put it up, what you'll immediately notice is the next time you use the gun, as the gun gets hot, the metals kind of breathe. So what FrogLube does is, as you fire your gun is going to start to heat up, and once it heats up, the FrogLube that you put on it will start to like sweat out and lubricate the gun. So you don't have to go and lubricating the gun afterwards. All you have to do is just wipe your gun down, put your gun back in the gun case, your gun bag, and it's good till the next time you use it for several times. You do not have to worry about cleaning the gunk out your gun. You just wipe it down, get a microfiber cloth or a glove, wipe it all down. If you want to apply just a little bit more, but I'm telling you, you don't have to do it. When I'm going to show you in this video on one of the parts that I didn't put a new coat on yet, I'm going to put the blow dryer onto it, and you will start to see it start to look wet. That's because that's the FrogLube that I initially put on there about 5 some odd years ago when I first did my gun. This stuff really works great, and I've taken it to the range, and I started to, fire at the targets, and then I can see the gun looking kind of, wet. And then you start to smell the FrogLube just a little bit. It's like I said, it's really faint. It's not like a gross smell or strong smell, but you can see the stuff is actually working, and it lubricates your firearm. I mean, I've heard of videos where people have kept it on their gun for probably more years than me, and the thing still works. There was a person that said they had their firearm submerged in water, took it out, cocked it back, still was working with FrogLube. I mean, I believe, I'm not sure if it's the Navy SEALs, but a military unit, so to speak, I believe made this stuff, and it's sold really well. And I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration. So I've already taken my gun apart. This part I've already redone, so it is what it is. This part, the spring part, is already done. You can still see it on there a little bit, but I'll brush that off, and plus I'm gonna wipe it down, okay? Now, I've already applied it to this part of the firearm, which you can see I've done it around. You don't have to really do it inside, you just do it around where the top part goes, the slide. That's all you have to do. You don't have to do it. You don't want to get it too much in here because it could, you know, gunk up when it starts to dry. It doesn't dry hard. It dries to like soft, but you don't have to overdo it. Like inside here, I don't really do, but just along the borders, the slide and everything, that's where I do it. All right. Now, here is the part that I haven't done yet. You see, I got a little bit right there because it was on top of the FrogLube top right here, but I haven't done it yet. So what I'm going to try to do is focus this. Sorry. While I heat this up. So be aware of the sound. It's about to go down. You can see on the inside here, you can already see it starting to look wet. And that's the FrogLube doing what it's supposed to do. Lubricates the gun. You can see it's wet kind of right there. Should be enough. Now, you can already see if I can get it. You can really see. You can see it looks kind of wet in the reflection. It's especially right where the gun is hot. This part is hot, especially right there inside the sliding part. See if I can turn around. See how it's wet in there? That's the FrogLube that I did years ago, starting to sweat, if you will, and lubricate the gun. So imagine you're at the range and you're firing and the gun gets hot and you're like, when I go home I gotta clean it and re-lubricate it. You don't. FrogLube, you do not have to do all that. It will start to do it exactly what I described. It'll start to sweat. And lubricate your gun. And you can just simply put it away, wipe it down, put it away until the next time you go to the range. Now you could use this one too. I usually use this when I'm doing the inside of here, which I'm going to do later, but you don't need to see that. It's just a simple using this piece here to go in and out a couple of times, and then I just sit it down. And then that'll be it. So I'm gonna finish this up and then I'll show you a picture of it when it's complete. So here's a picture of it, you know, an image of the gun. You can still see it's all shiny, wet looking because the FrogLube is still on there. I think I need to clean my screen just a little. Hold on for me. Sorry about that. Okay. And you can see, and I'll just wipe it down, store it, and it should be good to go. But again, like I said, you can find this online. Just look up FrogLube. I'm not being paid for this advertisement. I've been using this stuff for years when I've had to use it. And what more can I say? It's made in the USA. If I get that to zoom in, I don't know what's going on my phone now. Phone is usually spot on. There we go. Made in the USA. You can see the kind of the description right there. Apply to all surfaces. Scrub dirt. Scrub into dirt. Wipe clean. You can see it better than I can trying to hold this camera, but this stuff really, and that's what I was talking about right there. USA certified, bio-based product. This stuff really does what it's supposed to. So look it up online. If you have any questions about it, just let me know. I'll answer everything that I can about this stuff. But then again, like I said, look, no rust, no jams. The only way you're going to get a jam with this is if you overcompensate putting it on. That's the only thing I can think of. When I first did my gun, I did that not realizing it. Took it apart at the shooting range. Got my brush, brushed it out, put it back together, and was no problem. So like I said, that's the only way you're going to get any problems with jamming. But this stuff really works great. It's not super expensive. I think for this, with the solvent, I paid like $49.95. But as you can see, like I probably used this twice, maybe just on the inside of the gun. This I've used, which you can tell, but look how much is still in there. And this was between I think two or three firearms. My firearm and a firearm of my friends. I actually gave him some out of there. He put it in a jar. But the stuff does what it does, and I highly recommend it. So this is your man's New Jersey's finest with video on the FrogLube for your firearms. Everybody have a great day. I'm going to try to have one tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, so 47 years young. But I'm still blowing out 300 to 400 push-ups in the morning. I feel good. Everybody have a blessed day. I'll holler at y'all soon. Be safe.